details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohndanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Siding Unlimited named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal, and a law enforcement officer can tell if you're driving high. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 10:01, it is 27 degrees. The high today, 33 with snow. Yes, snow is coming down. Winter weather advisory in effect until Friday morning. Some areas will see more than others. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan
This
Johnson
change has leveled us up while being able.
Snow totals.
Highest totals up to the north, 4 to 6 inches. Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, far northern Ozaukee counties, 2 to 4 through the city, and 1 to 2 down towards the state line.
There will be a couple of waves of heavier than normal snowfall. They do anticipate between 4P and 6P, some of the heavier bands of the snow we see. The feds are speaking to a man in California who may have been in contact with Natalie Samantha Rupnow, the 15-year-old shooter at the Abundant Life Christian School in Madison.
Authorities have taken Alexander Pfaffendorf into custody. This after a judge issued a restraining order under California's red flag gun law against the 20-year-old Carlsbad native. Investigators say Pfaffendorf was in contact with the school shooter, potentially to coordinate an attack on a government facility. Pfaffendorf told the FBI that he messaged Rupnow he planned to arm himself with explosives and target a government building. A hearing has been set for January 3rd. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The accused murderer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's on his way to New York. Luigi Mangione waived extradition today. CBS correspondent Nicole Valdez is at the courthouse in Pennsylvania.
6 SUVs with the New York Police Department, lights and sirens on, heading out of the Blair County courtroom, which means Luigi Mangione is officially on his way back to New York State after what was likely about an hour or so in that courtroom.
There are protesters outside of the courthouse. The plan had been to fly Mangione back to New York City and not drive him because of security concerns. A court in Georgia today is disqualifying the Fulton County DA from the election interference case her office brought against President-elect Donald Trump.
The Georgia Court of Appeals did not throw out the 97-count RICO indictment against President-elect Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and others, but the court disqualified Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis from the case, acknowledging the appearance of impropriety, and says while generally that's not enough to support disqualification, this is the only remedy sufficient to restore public confidence. Court refers to Willis's relationship and statements about the relationship with a member of her team, Nathan Wade.
First case of bird flu in a person reported in Barron County, Wisconsin. The Department of Health Services says that person exposed to an infected commercial poultry flock, and officials are now monitoring the farm workers for possible exposure. Time now for News About Your Money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Checking the stocks right now. Everything is up. The Dow is up 156, the NASDAQ up 85, and the S&P is up 18 in mid-morning trading. Annex Wealth Management, financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details from
This change has leveled us up while being able to maintain the same quality of service that we've always provided, with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission. We're proud to be part of the Century 21 family, so you can move fearlessly with the added confidence of top-of-the-line marketing for maximum home exposure. And that means more eyeballs and the real potential for the highest price for your home. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
The Christmas holiday shopping season is on. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Let me make it easy for you. I'm a huge Mine Shaft restaurant fan. It's been family owned for over 46 years. It's super affordable and super fun. The perfect holiday gift is a Mine Chef gift card because everyone loves a delicious and affordable breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And check this out. Buy a $100 gift card this week, get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Purchase Mine Chef gift cards for your loyal employees and clients. They're going to love it. Book your holiday company party, office party, or family get-together in the Mine Shaft's free party rooms. They'll create a menu and party to fit your budget. The huge game room adds a ton of fun for your kids and, I must say, for the adults. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh right off the interstate. Buy a $100 gift card, get $20 free. Book your holiday party and order your gift cards at MineShaftRestaurant.com. Stop this week. Just walk in. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Marquette beats Butler at Fiserv Forum on Wednesday night. Golden Eagles play Xavier on Saturday. Thursday night football tonight at the NFL. It's the Broncos and the Chargers. WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Roadway's pretty good at the moment in and around Milwaukee. You do have a couple of reports of spin-outs, but it should be nothing that'll slow you down. As you make the trek toward Madison, though, you might notice some roads the further west you go, a little dicier, some slippery spots and some spin-outs and a couple of lane closures in the Madison area as this storm slowly moves into southeast Wisconsin. As for your forecast, we do have this winter weather advisory. It runs until tomorrow morning for most of the area. So snow obviously coming down. 1 to 3 inches expected to the south of I-94. 3 to 5 inches to the north of I-94. You could even see higher totals. You get in the Sheboygan, maybe 5 to 7 in that stretch. The high today is 33. Tonight, snow will continue. Breezy, a low of 27. Friday, still a chance for the rest of that snow to come down tomorrow morning. The temp will fall. The high tomorrow is 35. Saturday, sunny, 24. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 30. Warms up on Monday. There is a chance for a wintry mix and a high of 37 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 27. I'm Eric Bilstead, siding unlimited WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Steve Glenn and Martin Moore.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. It's Thursday, the future of almost everything. Always honored to be joined by Martin Moore and Steve Glenn. We have a pretty unique event happening in downtown Milwaukee tonight called Pitch a Friend. You know, we're all putting together presentations and looking to make better connections in our world. It's going to be held at Uncle Buck's in downtown Milwaukee. It's just outside Deer District. The event is tonight. It's organized by a national group that aims to promote friendship and dating through creative slideshows. You put together a presentation, you pitch your friend, and you see, ooh, can I find a connection?
It's like the ultimate wing person.
It really is, but in a modern version. And no social, no digital, but just in person, but yet with a little bit of business because you're presenting. Mike Vitucci is the owner of Uncle Buck's and several other local bars and restaurants in the area. Mike will join us in studio for the second half of the show. I have meetings and parties on my mind. 'Tis the season for sure. So we're going to talk about meeting people, the future of follow-ups, the future of community, what 2025 may bring. And, I think we're going to talk about our person of the year for 2025. But first, as we do each and every morning here on the Upswing, let's go 2 Up.
Now it's time for the 2 Up on the Upswing.
Erica Smith, the executive director of the Light the Hone project, was on What's on Tap with Sandy Max last night. Let's hear briefly what she opened with last night with Sandy Max.
What news do you have to share about Light the Hone?
We were so excited to share today that we are 90% of our fundraising goal to lighten the east side of the Hone Bridge, which is a huge milestone for us. This is an accomplishment that us as an organization, a board, and especially our founders initially had the vision of in promising to Milwaukee. So being able to announce this and that we are so close to lighting in time for summer is so exciting for us. And especially this time of the season, we all need some brightness to it, right?
Indeed, and if you're watching on the live stream, I have my Hone for the Holidays sweatshirt
Looks
on this
good.
morning to embrace this moment. Light the Hone, 90% of its goal of $1.4 million to light the east side of the bridge. So all the boats and all the drones and all the wonderful pictures coming into Milwaukee will be able to see that side of the bridge lit up. Obviously opened in 1977, originally lit in 2020. The Daniel Home Memorial Bridge connects Interstate 794 in downtown Milwaukee to the Lake Freeway across the Milwaukee River Inlet. Originally called the Harbor Bridge. Did you know that?
I did know that.
All right. It was
I
renamed.
was part of the Light the Hone project at the beginning.
I was
Made a great
too.
video. Go watch it on YouTube.
Indeed, yeah. It's such a great project. And the good thing is, too, because the installation of the second side of the lights is expected to take only 3 to 4 weeks, some of the prices has changed a little bit, too. So it's not going to cost as much as lighting the first side. The first side, almost $4 million. This side, $1.4 million price tag is significantly lower because of infrastructure, timing, and that they've done so much of the work early on. A creative gift idea? $100 bulb donations.
Buy it.
Buy
you
one.
can buy.
Buy
you
it.
can put it in somebody's name. You just go to Light the Hone, and you can gift or own a light on the bridge.
Just a reminder to the listeners who haven't been paying attention for 4 years, your tax dollars aren't going to it.
That's right.
So stay out of the comments.
All donations from private companies. Next up, a freebie. It's the season of giving. The Milwaukee County Zoo is offering a week of free daytime admission. All guests receive complimentary daytime admission during Frosty Free Week, sponsored by Generac. It's December 26th through the 30th. Regular parking and attraction rates apply. Regular admission rates also apply for the zoo's Wild Lights event. That is parking. Actually, you got to pay parking. Parking is $15, $20 for buses. Regular admission, $18 and $16. But, the kids are off. Take them to the zoo for free next week. Coming up next, I got an easy way for you to make $35,000 next year.
I'm in.
And I need Steve Glenn and Martin Moore's input on this one. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show, wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
Rick, describe some of our wild Christmas gifts while Sarah and I name the prices and add a little commentary.
Okay.
A 1.5 carat total weight diamond bolo bracelet.
Amazingly unique. Just $1,598.
Half carat total weight inside outside diamond hoop earrings.
Just $698. 1 carat total weight is just $898.
A fabulous 3 carat oval created diamond.
But we only have a few of these. Just $3,998.
A 1 carat total weight created diamond tennis bracelet.
Just $898. We also have the big 1 carat total weight natural diamond tennis bracelet for just $1,798.
And from now until Christmas, we have 18 months same as cash financing.
With approved credit.
And a delightful gift for you with every purchase of at least $300.
Merry Christmas. Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
When it comes to community involvement, Horicon Bank walks the walk. They're actively involved in nonprofit organizations like WIBIC, the Milwaukee Parks Foundation, and the Milwaukee Artist Resource Network. This holiday season, Horicon Bank team will be spreading goodwill, like their annual toy drive benefiting the Education Foundation of New Berlin. WTMJ's Jeff Sherman here for Horicon Bank. They've been doing banking differently since 1896. Together, doing good, that's their vision. Horicon Bank, the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. It's the future of almost everything. Commerce and community. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore join. But first, let's give away a gift card to the Mine Shaft restaurant in either beautiful downtown Hartford or just off of Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. Both locations full of creativity and a lot of dining rooms to explore. That's why they call it the Mine Shaft. Super affordable, a ton of fun, really family friendly. Your kids are going to love it. The grandkids. You have that world-class game room that's quietly set aside, conveniently set aside from the dining areas. Kids under free. If kids under 5 eat for free Monday through Thursday from the kids menu. Every Thursday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza for free. That's today, a perfect day. A little snow coming. It's the perfect day for pizza. Caller number 7. At 855-616-1620 gets a gift card to the historic Mine Shaft. All right. As I occasionally do, just to get show topics and to pass along jobs to, people that are looking.
Yeah.
I saw this post yesterday. Kraft Heinz and Oscar Mayer are hiring hot doggers to hit the highway in the company's 27-foot mobile hot dog, affectionately known as the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. It's a 12-month gig. Starts the first week of June, includes 2 weeks of training, regular meetings with the company's advertising, public relations, and social teams. And you get to be the face, the listing says, of the multi-billion-dollar brand. The hot dogger is also going to appear in media spots. The base pay for this one-year assignment, $35,600. Plus a weekly allowance of $150. That's up to $7,200 for 12 months. Not too bad.
All the hot dogs you can eat.
You get to expense your meals. You get to expense travel. And the role also offers 18 days of PTO.
That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
I mean, I would drive the Wiener Mobile for free.
No
But
way.
if they want to pay me,
That is way too much pressure.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I at an event last week, I saw someone who had just this job.
Really?
And she walked through, and she said it was an amazing experience. Met so many people, but had to learn a lot. And there's a lot of responsibility there for sure.
They don't teach you that in driver's ed. How to...
Indeed. You are the ambassador for the brand.
Drive a giant hot dog?
Yes.
That's hard to do.
You also get hotels covered, and the position gets full health and benefits. So you're looking for a summer job, or you have someone in your life that says, I want to do something super creative. Make sure you apply.
And what a LinkedIn buff.
What a
LinkedIn
resume.
bio buff.
Yes.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great experience. The brand notes that less than 1% of applicants are hired because there's only 12 spots available. So
they have 12 of
now
these
that we're
things?
talking about it, we're going to get even more applications.
It's It's like a firehouse, but
like
take out the
everywhere.
fire trucks and then put in Wienermobiles.
Exactly, yes. So you have until January 31st if you want to apply to be a hot dogger. All right. As I mentioned at the beginning, we're kind of full of meetings, holiday parties, and been having a lot of discussions about people like what's coming up for 2025. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about working in Milwaukee, about its people through your work in 2024? Like, it's just that time of the year to reflect on our work, to reflect on community. When you talk about community and almost surprises in the work world in Milwaukee, what do you think, Steve Glenn?
So I've been doing this podcast called Experience Milwaukee since 2018, and I know that, I mean, you go around the restaurants, right? There's a lot of people in this service and hospitality industry. What I think I've learned the most, that surprised me, is just how connected this community is.
Yeah.
And how supportive they are. And when someone in the industry has a health issue, how they rally to support and raise money for that person. How when one restaurant is having a hard time with something, others come in that neighborhood to support. It's just an amazingly tight and strong community underlying all of the things that a lot of us take for granted when we go out to a bar or restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important to keep the hospitality business front and center, especially this time of the year. And we've been talking to a lot of owners and operators in the last couple of weeks, and hiring is a challenge. But the reality is, if you got to let somebody go, the support system is there to find the next opportunity.
Right, it's amazing.
Yeah, Martin, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I just think that Milwaukee, holistically, has a very intrepid and tenacious people that aren't afraid to try something, to do something, to jumpstart something, like whether it's the home bridge or a restaurant or a fundraiser or a food drive or some crazy new business idea. We're fortunate that we're in a city that fosters good ideas and like Steve said, helps support and connect people to get those off the ground. And so that's one thing that I've learned over the years and years and years. I've been vlogging and talking to people and being on podcasts and having my podcast, is just how intrepid people are.
And you're one of those people, right, that left something you were doing for so long and jumped in the network that supported you to do that.
I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today without the people in this city.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
right.
I think Milwaukee really embraces that. If you want to change the world, support your neighbors. And we do that in the business world, but also in the local communities. And it's heartfelt and it's real and it's honest. All right, when we come back, the 2024 Milwaukee Person of the Year, we have thoughts. Who should it be? Who stood out in this last year? This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Be our eyes on the road. See something out there that I should know about?
There was an incident on Blue Mountain Road going eastbound where 2 lanes are blocked.
Call me, Debbie Loziga, at the Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329.
Hi, Debbie, Michael. I-94 eastbound, there is a crash that the sheriff now has the right lane blocked.
The drive affects you. Why not be part of it? Give me a call, 414-238-9329.
Did you know that military veterans in Wisconsin carry millions of dollars in debt? This holiday season, it's time to give back to those who have given so much. Verizon and the Milwaukee Bucks are teaming up with Forgive Co. to make a difference with the Verizon Debt Relief Program. All December long, Verizon and Forgive Co. will relieve $250,000 of debt each week to ease the burden on local heroes. To find out how military veterans and members can receive special Verizon offers, visit verizon.com/military. Let's bring the spirit of giving to those who served.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm Chef Paul Bartolotta of the Bartolotta Restaurants with the perfect gift idea for your holiday season. A Bartolotta gift card. With so many unique restaurants to choose from, Ristorante Bartolotta, Bacchus, Lake Park Bistro, Harbor House, and more. They select the restaurant. We create the memories. So purchase a gift card at Bartolotta's.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Do you know how much money in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Or will the government take a bigger chunk than you thought? Remember, you might still owe taxes on that money. I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates, and I believe it's your money and you deserve to know what's at stake. At Drake & Associates, we believe you deserve to keep more of what you earned. That's why we're here to help you navigate the confusing world of retirement taxes. We'd like to offer you our free Retirement Ready Toolkit. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be this low forever. So text TAX to 414-409-9982 today to get your complimentary toolkit. That's TAX to 414-409-9982. You work hard for your money, and we'll work hard for you.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Welcome back to the Upswing. It's the future of almost everything. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore. I am Jeff Sherman. Looking back at 2024 a little bit and into the future. As you think about 2024, who are the people that stood out? If you had to pick one or two people in the greater Milwaukee area to be your person of the year, Steve Glenn, who would that be?
I have two.
All right.
They're doing to me, complementary, similar work. Shannon Ross and Ruben Gaona. Ruben is executive director of My Way Out. Shannon is executive director of the community, both formerly incarcerated. They don't let their worst moment define them, and now they're helping others do the same. And they're giving people who are coming out of incarceration a plan and hope and a blueprint for the future.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's the most vital part of that entire institution,
right,
is rehabilitating
the way out
people. You hear story after story after story after story of people who've been incarcerated, and they come out and completely change their lives and make a huge impact on the community. I always tell my wife, if someone ever murdered me or something bad happened to me, all I would want is the person that did that to come out of that experience and do something good for the community and for humanity.
Yeah.
Or otherwise, everything was in vain.
It's turning trauma into a gift for other people. And
Absolutely.
That's what's happening over and over again with these two organizations. And both are raising money right now. So the My Way Out and the community. Google them.
And I think, finding people that are getting up every morning and leading with passion and heart. The Rotary Club of Milwaukee for 2024, their person of the year with Michael Gossman. Michael's the president and chief executive officer at Axe Housing. And, finding housing opportunities, financing opportunities, innovative ideas, products and services that have really resulted in stronger families and neighborhoods and communities in Milwaukee for the people that use the services that Axe Housing has each and every day. It's those type of people that I think really make huge impacts in the community.
And don't get enough stories.
Exactly.
No, those are the kinds of stories and people that you don't hear on the news, you don't hear on the radio, you're not reading in the paper. They sort of work in the shadows, and they're doing all these altruistic things that you never hear about that make a massive impact to the community. Whether you have any sort of direct connection or feeling to it, it still affects everybody who lives in the city.
Yeah.
Sherman?
Mine, I'm going to go say this. Like, there were, in the news cycle, there are a few things that surprise at least me anymore. You're just like, the news comes, it comes, you consume it. You're like, oh, whoa. And for me, in June, when President Michael Lovell passed away, his decade of leadership in Greater Milwaukee and at Marquette really was just marked with innovation, entrepreneurship, community renewal and development, and leading, again, from his heart. So Mike Lovell is my person of the year. His legacy and his commitment in the organizations above and beyond UWM and Marquette that he founded and pushed forward are still strong in this community and will be for years.
Yeah.
So Mike Lovell is my 2024 Person of the Year.
And a guy that would take the time to go for a run with you or just sit down and have a chat.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was great.
Really important.
Love it.
Martin? We gotta have your selection.
I thought of mine last minute, and this is something that I sort of think of every year. But for me, it's just small business owners in general. You know, ever since I started the vlog in 2015, I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of small business owners. But it really was COVID that really opened my eyes to how delicate small business is in Milwaukee. And I'm friends with a lot of owners of restaurants and, you know, private dentist practices and all these things that, you know, we take for granted. And I just small business owners that continue to push their business forward and not fold to Amazon and some other larger corporations.
Fabric of the city.
That's right. That's a great answer. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that. I want to know the one thing that every Milwaukeean needs to experience in their city. I know that's an incredibly general question, but I think we're going to have some amazing insights for sure. And then you're at a holiday party and you meet somebody new. When should you follow up, and what should that message be, and what platform should you use? There's so many different ways to follow up after a new connection now, but there's some right ways and some wrong ways.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk that through after the break. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and then local headlines are coming up next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Suspected CEO killer Luigi Mangione on his way back to New York. He waived his right to extradition this morning in Pennsylvania and was loaded onto a plane. When he arrives in New York, he'll be facing an 11-count indictment that includes first-degree murder and terrorism charges. An appeals court in Georgia has just ruled that Fulton County, Georgia DA Fannie Willis must be disqualified from the racketeering case that she brought against President-elect Donald Trump because Willis hired her then boyfriend as an investigator. The ABC's Stephen Portnoy with more on what's next.
This ruling isn't necessarily the final word. DA Fannie Willis could appeal to the Georgia Supreme Court, and her case against Trump, which has been in limbo for months, could in theory continue under a new prosecutor who would be chosen by a statewide DA council. Courts in New York and Georgia have yet to sort out how Trump's reelection to the presidency will impact the state cases against him.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits falling after a big jump the previous week. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1031. I'm Eric Bilstead. Good morning. A man from California is detained for planning a mass shooting in conjunction to what happened in Madison at the school shooting from Monday. Alex Pfaffendorf is 20 years old. He lives north of San Diego. Now, the feds swarmed his apartment complex earlier this week, removed guns. According to the court order, the FBI says they saw messages from Pfaffendorf to the shooter in Madison, trying to figure out a connection there. Bird flu pops up in Barron County, Wisconsin, and the museum, Milwaukee Public Museum, showing off some of the construction today. Media getting a tour as we speak. Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. As of now, the numbers looking good. The Dow is up 281 to 42,608. The Nasdaq is up 180 to 19,572, and the S&P is up 43 to 59.15. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving, time saver traffic. The roads, you're going to start seeing more and more snow-covered areas now with the snowfall now more consistent as it rolls into this stretch. So as of now, grid looks good. No major spin-outs or anything that's shutting down any lanes in the metro Milwaukee area. They do expect a heavier band of the snow between 4 and 6 p, so something to be mindful of later on this evening. As for the snow, 1 to 3 inches expected in total by the time we're done tomorrow morning to the south. So 1 to 3 inches south of I-94, 3 to 5 inches north of I-94, and even higher totals north of that. The high today is 33. Tonight, breezy, a low of 27. Friday, snow should taper off tomorrow morning, a high of 34. As for Saturday, sunny 24. Sunday, partly cloudy, a high of 30. Wintry mix on Monday and a high of 37. Right now in Milwaukee, 27 degrees. I'm Eric Bilstead, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 1033. WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. Better is around the corner in 2025. Feeling better. Getting rid of joint pain once and for all. QC Kinetics patients are able to walk up and down stairs, sleep without pain. Basically, they feel normal again. That can be you. The time is now. Take action to get the pain relief you deserve in 2025. Call QC Kinetics and say goodbye to the shoulder, the knee, or the back pain. QC Kinetics local medical professionals are waiting for you. Regenerative medicine means starting the new year without achy joints. No more pain pills, no steroid shots. The best part, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. Meet their local folks in Greenfield or their clinic in Mequon. I've been there. Great people looking to work with you. And the best part, you can use your FSA dollars. Live the best life in 2025. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semperfi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semperfi.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore and Steve Glenn.
Silver Sun Pickups.
Oh, yes.
It's one of my favorite bands
festive
right now, right here.
We're festive and in a wonderful community mood today. So I'm sure you've been to a lot of holiday parties. You have a bunch of them coming up. Following up, obviously, is a big, important part of communication. Whether you're connecting with a potential employer, you're checking in with a coworker, you're just trying to grow your network, as we all are. However, it can be kind of tricky to get it exactly right. So if you're at an event, you meet somebody new, what does that look like in terms of timeline to connect and to follow up? Is it instant?
I try.
Or do you wait, Steve?
I try. I think my sort of strategy in all of this, I'll spill it on the radio.
Yes.
How quickly can you get to text with someone? That is the most intimate inbox on the phone. It is the most coveted kind of communication relationship to get to, I think, business for me, business or personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find more and more people asking kind of instantly, hey, can I connect with you on LinkedIn right now?
Yeah.
And just taking out the phone and
I've done that.
Sending.
Do it right there.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? No
always,
matter if you're 25 or
whatever.
65,
Yeah.
right? That is okay in a party setting.
I try to find a reason, though, like taking a photo or sharing a thing to say, hey, let me just text this to you real quick.
Yeah. Does it matter the stature of the individual that you're
Not for
meeting?
me.
No, I don't care.
Not for me.
As long as they're a great person and
Yeah.
I feel like there's an actual relationship that could foster from it, sure. My black book's filled, so like if you're just another sort of redundant kind of whatever, probably not. I always tell people,
I'm honored to have access into your black
me too.
book.
I always
Me
tell
too.
people, if I like you, if like we just meet for the first time, because before you get to your car, you'll have a text message in your phone.
Yeah.
If you didn't get a text from me before you got to your car, we didn't hit it off.
Speaking of text messages, this happened a lot during Thanksgiving, and I sense it probably will during Christmas, Hanukkah, and holiday time. Do you ever do a mass text to everyone in your
I
contacts?
hate mass texts. Group
Okay.
texts are next to pumping gas and grocery shopping. Group texts are my least favorite thing on planet Earth.
There's the answer to that one. No mass text.
No, absolutely not.
You can't even delete them. They just keep coming back.
What's really funny, so every year, once a year, I'll be put in like a group text. I won't recognize any of the numbers. So this was like one of the Packers games, and everyone's like, hey, take a selfie of where you're at. So me and my wife, Jen, were at a bar in Shorewood. We took a selfie and sent it to it. And everyone was like, who is this? One person actually recognized me, and you're like, Martin Moore, how did you get into our group text?
Save.
It was awesome.
Save contact.
That's beautiful. How about for interviews?
Yeah.
You're on a first interview. What's the follow-up time period there? And then if you don't hear back, I'm hearing this a lot now. Obviously,
getting ghosted.
A lot of getting ghosted. Like, what do? Do you follow up in a week? Do you try to find the text? Do you drop something off at the office? What's the strategy there?
I think typically to me, like 3 to 4-ish days between communications is pretty reasonable. And then you just have to figure out, like, I told this to my wife one day. I'm like, I get everyone's message. I see everyone's email.
Right.
When you're not getting a response, there's a reason.
They don't want you.
There's a reason.
Do you want to work for a place that doesn't care?
And do you want to go on for months of, this pestering and communication?
People hold out. They'll hold out for a job for months. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they obviously don't want you, and you don't want to work for a place like that.
I mean, you can always ask those clarifying questions, right? What's your timeline for filling this position? When would be a good time to check in again? But you kind of got to know at a certain point, it's time to move on.
You know what happened to me when I applied for costs, when I had my interview? They texted me like 3 hours later.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's my benchmark for, not that I'm ever going to leave. But.
Yeah.
All right. Lots happening tonight in downtown Milwaukee, including a creative event at Uncle Buck's that will help, kind of further engage bar patrons into how do you meet people? How do you also solidify your presentation skills? Mike Vitucci is the owner of Uncle Buck's on 3rd, Izzy Hops, Whiskey Bar, Belmont Tavern, a whole bunch of other places around the area. Has 30-plus years in the bar and restaurant space. So a lot of insights onto how the bar and restaurant scene continues to change all over the country, but especially here in Greater Milwaukee. You're listening to The Upswing. This is WTMJ.
Monica, what delightful surprise do you have for us this Christmas?
I've been waiting all day for your big reveal.
Take a look and tell me what you see.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I see the North Star, that guiding light that always lets you know where you are.
The North Star is important to you?
Sitting directly above the axis of the Earth, it's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's always there for you.
Sarah?
I see the star that stood high over Bethlehem 2,000 years ago.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might.
Monica, it's fabulous.
Nicole Lasker designed it.
I love her.
What's it called?
The Star of Hope. We have them in sterling silver with 4 diamonds for just $198. And in white gold with bigger and bigger diamonds at prices up to $19.98.
I love it.
I love it even more than Rick does.
The Star of Hope.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
Welcome to our Everyday Health feature sponsored by the Freighter to the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Almost all cancers can be spread to the bones, but early appropriate treatment for this condition called bone metastasis can extend survival. With us to tell us more is Dr. J.C. Nielsen, an orthopedic surgeon specializing in bone metastasis with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network. Dr. Nielsen, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Let's start by having you explain bone metastasis.
Bone metastases are when cancer cells spread from wherever the cancer first developed to the bone. And cancer can spread to any bone, but it's most common that it spreads to the bones of the spine, the pelvis, or the upper legs and the thighs. When bone metastasis comes, it can be a sign that a cancer has returned, or it can be present when the cancer is first diagnosed.
What are some of the treatments the program team can offer for people whose cancer has spread to the bone?
While it's uncommon that bone metastases are actually cured, we can treat the bone metastases to both extend survival for the patient and improve the patient's quality of life. This includes trying to slow down the cancer's growth and alleviating the pain by surgery, and especially trying to prevent broken bones so that patients have the best quality of life possible. Often, after surgery, most patients are treated with radiation and sometimes also with chemotherapies. We also use interventional radiology techniques to destroy cancer cells within the bone using heat or freezing in techniques that are called ablation.
Why is it important to seek treatment for bone metastasis with an experienced team?
As the evolution of medicine improves, there is a wide variety of treatment options for patients. Our bone metastasis program is a multidisciplinary team made up of all these different specialties who have specific expertise in the latest treatments.
Dr. J.C. Nielsen is an orthopedic surgeon. Dr. Nielsen, thank you for being with us today. To find a doctor who's right for you, visit freightert.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore, Steve Glenn, and special guest in studio, Mike Vitucci. Mike, a prominent name in the bar and restaurant scene in Greater Milwaukee for over 30 years, owns Uncle Buck's on 3rd Street, just outside Deer District.
Love that place.
Izzy Hops on the east side, Whiskey Bar and Belmont Tavern in downtown Milwaukee, Caffrey's Pub, Irish Pub, and Murphy's Irish Pub on Marquette's campus. So you're all over the area
right here. Yeah,
you are
so
a Milwaukee bar legend. We really appreciate your time this morning, Mike. So let's reflect a little bit. I'm fascinated by the ever changing bar scene, especially here in Milwaukee, where there's such institutions and such a part of who we are. But how have you adapted and persevered and succeeded through all the years?
Oh, that's very interesting how it evolved. I've been in this business my entire life. I started off at 17 years old, working for my family, and I never left the industry. I've seen it change drastically. I mean, people would go out when they're miserable. People would go out when they're happy.
It's like that country song.
Yeah.
The team won, the team lost.
You just summed
Have a
up my
drink.
life. Yeah.
You know, and today people go out for a purpose. The way they flow and why they're going somewhere, it's changed drastically. And now, you know, before you'd own bars in every corner, people go out drinking. Well, now people, you know, you got to have food.
Yeah.
Sitting in a happy hour in a bar.
No.
People walking by, they kind of look at you like, what's that guy up to?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that is truly a trend that's happened in the last 5 years that I think people don't realize unless you're in the industry. There are fewer and fewer places that do not have food if you're a bar.
Yeah.
Because it's just not, you're not going to a bar just to drink. You want something else to do.
Right. And there's no nightclubs like there used to be. If you do have a bar, you have cocktails, you have a lot of mocktails. You have to have a lot of seltzers. And, you know, people drink for a purpose. They want to know what they're drinking. They want to learn about it. They're not going to drink as much. And they're willing to drop a little money. But they're not going to sit in that seat like they used to.
How has inventory management changed over the years? You know, you mentioned the seltzers, the mocktails. There's a lot of inventory food that you probably didn't used to have 10, 15, 20 years from now. Or maybe I'm wrong. You know, how has that changed and how do you manage that? Because that's an overhead cost that, you know, may not have existed.
Well, I mean, I look at the variations on of my businesses. Like Uncle Buck's is like massive volume because you have the Pfizer next door with 18,000 people there, and you know you have to carry a heavy inventory. So we try to carry the popular brands that move. A lot of companies will kind of try to sell you up on things, the newest and next best thing, and I don't always believe in that. So we're particular about the brands we choose.
Sure.
But there is a significant amount of inventory that you carry. It could be from your smallest bar of like $20,000 in inventory up to like 50, 60.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it fluctuate, you know, with places like that are close to Pfizer Forum and that? Does it fluctuate during game weeks, game days, all that kind of stuff? Is it dynamic or is it very...
Fluctuation in regards to products you sell or volume of
just
people?
the inventory that you order on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis.
Well, we're blessed. We do a great business in downtown Milwaukee, and we have a really good brand. And we find that we have a consistent flow from the street coming off 3rd Street, and we have the Pfizer Arena, which is a major draw because it brings an influx of people down. So we can kind of order our inventory as needed by what's playing.
Gotcha.
You can look at the demographics, how old they are.
Sure.
They're not going to drink much.
Sure.
You need a lot of bourbons or a lot of wines.
Well, one thing that's definitely changing is when you go to a bar, used to be, all right, I'm going to the bar maybe with some of my single friends, to find a date. That has changed dramatically in so many different ways. So when we come back, Mike Vitucci is going to tell us all about Pitch a Friend, a national group that hosts events all around the country. Locally, tonight at 7 p.m., presenters can make a 3 to 5 minute slideshow showing how funny, smarter, attractive, and all around dateable their single friend is. It's a creative way to hone your presentation skills and also support a local bar. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
The season of giving continues. Join WTMJ's Steve Scafidi and our WTMJ Street Team on Thursday, December 19th from noon to 2 p.m. at Century Foods in Delafield.
To participate in Capco's Kids to Kids toy drive, bring a new unwrapped gift to donate. Monetary donations are also accepted.
So stop by and say hello to Steve Scafidi and the WTMJ Street Team at the Century Foods in Delafield on Thursday, December 19th.
It's the Capco Kids to Kids toy drive here on WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohddanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturnivan and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
Hurry into Shopco Optical before your vision benefits expire. Vince Vitrano here. Book your eye exam and purchase frames, contact lenses, and more from a professional team that provides quality eye care, comprehensive and personalized to you. With an expansive network of insurance providers, Shopco Optical will walk you through all of your options. You'll maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before the end of the year. Call Shopco Optical or visit shopco.com to schedule your visit today.
It's a bully that will not let up until you do something about it. And the worst part is that the bullying happens when you're at your most vulnerable. You might as well have your hands tied behind your back while that bully puts one hand over your mouth and pinches your nose with the other. He'll let up, let you catch your breath, and then he'll do it again. Sleep apnea is a bully. Not long ago, we heard our friend John tell you about how his bully was stopping his breathing in his sleep over 145 times an hour. Think about what that can do to your body's organs. It's no wonder that the snowball effects of long-term obstructive sleep apnea are heart disease, stroke, even depression and anxiety. But this problem is solvable, and we have solutions, and you'll be surprised at how simple they are.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. It's time to put that bully in his place. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to The Upswing, the future of almost everything. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore, I am Jeff Sherman. We are joined in studio by Mike Vitucci. 8 bars, restaurants, a lot of legacy in the bar and restaurant space. Yeah, we need another couple hours to dive into all your places, all your stories. But one of the trends, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, is that look into 2025 and beyond. I think bars got to continue to get more creative in what you do to get people in the door. And that's for any business. But your relationship with this Pitch a Friend group, the event that's happening tonight, tell us all about that and what you hope to accomplish in terms of getting new customers and just for the engagement of your existing customers.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm always looking for something that's unique and something that is solid and gives you value. people want a good experience. So Brittany from Pitcher Friend, it actually kind of was pitched to me in a way. I responded to her. We talked about it, and I used to do Match.com events at Whiskey Bar in Belmont, and had a good relationship with that. And this Pitcher Friend, I get it. I loved it. I said, this is a rocking good idea. You can't do it too often, but you can do it enough where you give everybody a great experience. So that's how we hooked up our first, and it was outrageously successful.
So anyone can attend. It's free to attend. It's $5 to present. So essentially, someone's going to come, you bring a friend, you put together a pitch deck based upon him or her, and you have an audience to find them a date.
You know, it's interesting. We moved it to our main floor because it's so popular. So she opened it up to more spaces. So if you're looking to meet somebody, you want to come down, and if you have a friend you want to pitch, she'll sign you up on the spot. There's limited spaces, but Jeff, you got to pitch one of these two guys. You know?
They're both
I don't think my wife would
loaded.
like that.
So the last event you had a really good turnout. I mean, many say, events like this, it's much easier than online dating. But at the same time, there's probably some reluctance to go to a bar and kind of put yourself out there in such an open format. What did you see with the first event?
Honestly, I was overwhelmed by how comfortable a person is with a microphone when they know their best friend. And it is just so engaging. People are in awe. There's they put the handles up on the big screen. It's a slideshow. A person will say, hey, this is my buddy Jeff Sherman. He's been my buddy for 20 years. He likes this, he likes that. Great to go out with. He likes these bourbons and what have you. He's a sailor, whatever. So all these things that you enjoy, you're selling to the audience, and people are engaging. They're like watching this. And then they call up Jeff Sherman, and Jeff, you go up there and you say, hey, it's me. Nice to meet you, and it's just more through social media.
Yeah, all right. So
That is so
honing
cool.
those presentation skills live in a bar.
Room full of smiles.
I love it. So as you reflect on all the places you've owned through the years, which is your favorite and why?
Yeah, I've owned 8 spots, and like we were talking earlier, it's like your kids. What do you root for? So having a favorite, I'm blessed that they were successful. But one in particular stood out as Whiskey Bar. Wow, that was I loved bourbons back then. People thought I was nuts. Whiskey Bar, what's that? Well, we did live music there as well.
You did a dance club in downtown Milwaukee.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was no charge to get in, no charge for the music. It held about 800 people. And
That's a lot of people.
It was incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Well, all the best with the Pitcher Friend event tonight
there,
and with the
people.
holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to continue to build community as we head into and through the holiday season. It's simply called A Priest and a Rabbi Walk into a Radio Studio. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News.
If you are looking for an epic global experience, let Fox World Travel's vacation experts handcraft your next